And now, coming out of Cleveland, Tennessee, I give you the Normal Dudes Podcast.
Today on the podcast, we have a dude who does it all, from refereeing, and he actually fights in these things. Today we have Bond. Chris Bond on the show.
Used to fight.
Well,
Used to fight.
I did just
it
take
wasn't
that
too long ago where you was at a show and got called out to come do a little fighting for somebody, wasn't it?
Which one was
I don't
that?
know. I just hear rumors. We hear stuff.
Oh, no. Now, see, if I get called out, that's another story.
No, it wasn't like a call out, but so you was at like a fighting event and somebody was like dropped out of the show and then.
Oh, no, I did. Well, so there was actually an event not long ago that last month, I think, there was a 220 boxer. He was 225 boxer, got pulled out. I showed up to referee it, but they had 4 fights before the prelims, and that was one of the fights. And so I called my boss. I'm like, hey, you cool if I step in and kind of throw gloves with these guys? He goes, no, I don't have a problem with it as long as you're not on the main card and I need you good to ref the rest of the fights. Cool. I was like, yeah, we're going to get in here and have fun. He was a big dude, I realized, until he took his shirt off. I was like, God. I mean, dude, he was huge. I mean, I went toe-to-toe, but no training for what? I hadn't been in the gym in 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Yeah,
so it was just raw dogged. And, dude, I was fat. It was ugly. I can't even watch the video. I look so terrible.
Damn.
Now I get in there with my shirt on.
Yeah.
I'm fat and lazy. I get to eat what I want. Like I compete. I was on the competitive level for 7-8 years, and I used to fight at 145.
God.
Yeah.
Man.
Dude, so I was 6'2".
Yeah.
They weighed me in. They measured me at 6'3" before, but I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to fight at 45 and then 55. I was just tall and long. You had to get in on me. So I just picking people apart.
Yeah.
And like, I never wanted to go pro. That wasn't like my whole dream thing. I just enjoyed the competitive side of stuff. It's like after school, you can't really play competitive football or basketball. I mean, you can, but with kids, it's hard to make it to the game. So this is the one sport where like, hey, I can get in there and I can compete. Yeah. And it's tooth and nail. We're gladiators, man. It's 2 men walk in, 1 walks out. It's dope.
Yeah.
And yeah, I enjoyed doing it. But my uncle used to always, he was my biggest fan, used to tell me, just take one pro fight. Just say you got it.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people feel that way about it.
Yeah, he was like, just say you did it. And I've had offers and stuff before, but like with my kids, when you get to the pro level, they allow knees and elbows to the head. I love the barbaric side of it, but I also don't want to miss my daughter dance at her wedding because dad wanted to be. See, that's I just got that weird mindset. Dude. I always think worst case scenario.
So does he, man.
Dude,
well, we both do, but he is real bad about it. Dude.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it is. I wish I could live my life just frivolous, like, it's not going to happen, you know, but
so
maybe that's why I'm still whole right now, you know? You never know, bro.
Then one step at a time. But yeah.
So, how old are you, man?
I'm 34. I just turned 34 in August, I think. My wife will check that later.
August what?
6th.
Oh, yeah?
91. So I think,
He was born in 91.
Mine's August 24th.
Heck yeah.
My wife graduated 2 years after you was born, bro.
Well, you look as young as me, so that's great. I don't know. I look older than you, dude. I'm starting to get scars that are turning to
you don't
wrinkles.
look older than me. I wouldn't. That's crazy talk right there. But I didn't. I graduated in 97, so.
Well, at least you graduated.
Yeah. I graduated high school in 97. I didn't graduate college until 2007, something like that.
Yeah.
2008, 2006.
Where'd you go to college at?
Cleveland State Community College.
Dude, that's college. I have mad respect. Like, dude, I didn't do 12 years of high school or school. Like, you know
You didn't graduate?
No, I got my good enough diploma.
Heck yeah, dude.
It would have been I moved around. So my freshman year, I did really well. I got 1 extra credit, which is wild because I didn't do any homework. That's when I started smoking. So nothing with no effort.
Yeah.
And then I moved. I got sent to alternative school, got into a couple, fights. And then my mom moved me up to Illinois. My dad gotten a job up there, and so I moved up to Illinois, and then they moved back down to Jeff, and then back up to Illinois in 3 years. So that last time we went down, I would have been 18 years old, but they didn't transfer any of my transcripts, so I still just had the 9 credits I had my freshman year.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
So like, you're gonna be an 18-year-old sophomore. So so I got my. I actually went to get my GED, and I aced all my tests. The last test, I was burnt out, so I still got a 4. They called me. They're like, you have to retake this test. And so then it was just that one test. I went back in and got like a 96.
Yeah.
So it was easy, but
That's crazy.
just lazy. Scrape by.
So you're married?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You've been married for a couple of years now?
Yes, luckily.
You got some kids?
I do. 3 of them.
3 kids?
3 kids.
I got 5.
Congratulations. Dude, that's
Well,
awesome.
I guess whatever you want to say. Whenever somebody says they got 5 kids, congratulations. I'm sorry, I don't know, but
No, that's awesome. You got you a little, you got you squad. You know what I mean?
yeah,
For sure.
yeah, I got a squad for sure. My oldest one is 23, or 24, dude. Golly, my
I
oldest
get
one is
it.
24, and my youngest one is 14.
That's a gap. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your?
Well, so my oldest is 13. Her name's Ava. She just made the cheerleading squad for her middle school. So
Rock
we're
on,
starting.
baby.
Which I got to give her mad respect because she's tried out the last 3. Anything that's available, this girl tries out for. And in the beginning of her, years of basketball, she didn't make nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And now, now she makes everything. She finally made the cheerleading squad. She's been out there day in and day out for the last 2
got
years.
some tenacity
dude,
then.
she does not quit. But the problem is she's so headstrong. So I just let her and her mama go at it. So I got to step in like, look,
Yeah.
Y'all relax, please.
let them have
You are
it.
calling each other's names now.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, the day that them 2 throw down, oh my God, that's gonna be the hardest fight I ever had to referee.
Yeah, yeah. If I ever had a girl, I couldn't even imagine how my wife how that would go. Like, I just couldn't.
Yeah.
That'd be a little rough.
Well, and my son.
All of mine are boys, so
Oh, see, so yeah, you're lucky there. I got 2 girls, and my son's right in the middle of both of them. So he's 12, and then my youngest daughter's 10. So, and she's a spitfire.
yeah.
I'll tell you what. And she, believe it or not, dude, that little girl has been in like 4 fights this year at school. Like, and I'm just like, why? Like, she just don't. And wait, I don't take her to the gyms. These kids, they don't go to the fights. They don't. My wife's been very
Adamant about
and it's not like no, they don't need to be in that, but it's just, listen. So they went to one charity event that I boxed where I kickboxed Judd Brown. Boy, he beat the brakes off of me. It was, dude, like I stole something. It was bad. What sucks is he had 3 guys pull out on him, and I get a phone call like a week out, and he's like, "Hey, bro, will you step in, fight me for this?" His grandpa, I guess, had a lot of health issues, and it was the one fight his grandpa had been able to come to like ever. And Judd's toward the end of his career anyway. This was his comeback thing. And I'm cool with it. I can weather the storm because, I never was a great fighter. I can take damage and just keep walking forward. I'll put on a show. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where even if I don't make it, you're going to see a flawless knockout because it's going to be crazy. But no, we get there. It's 3 2-minute rounds. And Judd comes up to me and goes, "Hey, bro, you want to do like 4 3s?" And I was just like, "Bro, I don't know if you did well in math. Like, that's not another round. That's a whole nother fight. You just went from 6 to 12. But I'm like,
dude.
again, we're at the Harley Davidson shop in my hometown. My kids are there. I'm like, let's do it, bro." It was rough. But we made it through. We made it.
Yeah.
It was
Survived it.
Dude, he caught me with a body shot in the second round that I instantly caught my rib, and I went down. And then disrespecting Chandler, because Chandler's he's like my idol. He's the one that gave me the opportunity to ref. Now he scheduled me where I need to go.
For real?
Yeah, him and Jimmy Neely. So Chandler's over the organization that we're with here in this area.
Okay.
And so Chandler, is refereeing this fight, and he just walks over. He goes, "Hey, you good, buddy?" And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, count. And he goes, what? Oh. And he goes, 4, 5. And so I'm like, dude, I got 10 seconds. Like, give me 8 seconds and I'll stand up. I was like, John, don't ever do that again, bro. Like, he was like, I'm sorry. It looked like it hurt. I was like, it did, but damn.
bro.
Like, we're in the second round.
Count,
like,
dude, count.
No. But I weathered the storm. Now, I got to say this to Judd. He could have absolutely broke me if he wanted to, but he made it a good fight. The fans loved it. He put it on me just enough to where, like, I was still landing shots on him.
Yeah.
Like, my check hook's always been there for anybody. So, like, you're going to beat me down, but you're going to catch a couple of these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So how did you get into the reffing situation? Because, okay, so
You are the favorite ref of All or Nothing.
Dude,
There's no doubt about
For
a lot
that.
of
anybody
places
who
I'm the
hadn't
favorite
been there.
ref. There's a couple promoters out there that don't like me. One of them has good reason. I might have made a mistake.
I might have made a mistake.
So this is, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this one too. And it was Aries over in Knoxville at the Cotton Eye Joe. Referee for them, loved them. Tim's gave me my first fight ever. They called me one night and needed me to referee. It was one morning. I was working Saturday. I was in car sales, so it was a late night. I was like, look, I can get there, but I'll probably be there till about 5. Well, I catch a late deal at like 4. Floor slammed. I had to catch it. So I told Chandler I was going to be a little late. Super stressful deal. I end up just blowing it out. Well, as usual, dude, I ripped my pen a couple of times on my way up there. I got to get my. They had pack shows. I didn't have no eye drops, and so I didn't have any eye drops in there. And all I know, fights went fine. There was no issues with the fights. There were no pictures ever released of that fight night, and it was a pretty big fight night too. So.
Dang.
That's why I didn't get the call back. I was like, oh my God, were they that? But somebody could at least said something, throw me a bone or something. You know what I mean?
know,
The fights
yeah.
went good. But
Yeah.
so, yeah, that's
Dang
why
it.
I drive 2 hours to be able to referee anywhere. And that's the only time you won't catch me smoking. It's when I've got my kids or when I'm refereeing.
You got a referee.
I love it too
Sober.
much, but that was the one thing I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I can go a couple hours without it.
You're the most exciting ref,
Yeah,
okay? So, I
appreciate
when you say favorite ref, it's not because the other refs are doing bad.
They're not making bad calls.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Just
no,
like
it's just
watching you is fun.
watching you in the fight. Sometimes is just as exciting as the fight
Yeah.
because you get just as excited as the fans do.
Yeah.
It feels like anyway.
Well, and I try to stay right on the action, so I want to let it go a lot longer. Being there, the only reason I do this is because it's for the fans. My uncle taught me at a young age, just bring happiness to others as much as you can. It'll find its way back to you. And it's just one thing I learned. I never was a great athlete in school or anything like that. Like, I was good enough to make teams and stuff like that. But my first couple fights, so I started off 0-3. I lost my first 3. And through the city, like where I lived, showing up to work with busted up lips and, I had a split lip one time at work. And just people, man, you're not a fighter. You're not built for this. Just stop. So
Yeah.
then and once I got with Garrett and them over, it was at Ludus at the time. They saw a lot in me. I had lost my last fight. And they come up to me and there's like, look, no disrespect, because the crew I had got with was really tight knit, but they were all very experienced. And they come to me after this fight I had lost due to strikes, and they said, look, we're not trying to be disrespectful for anything. Your team was telling you what you needed to do, but not how to do it. And we just see that you have a lot of potential, but also a lot of lack of experience. You like to strike. Most of those guys are ground game. Why don't you come and train with us one day? So I drove the hour, and I just fell in love with it. So they're the reasons I have any type of striking abilities, and I just love to do that. But again, it's just putting on a show, throwing tooth and bone. That's why grappling is beautiful. I love it. It's the dominant martial art. But a lot of people don't understand the ground game.
I know.
Everybody understands 2 people throwing knees, elbows,
Yeah.
and hands,
Yeah.
just beating the
I
snot
know.
out of each other.
I know. That's what I've tried to preach that on here. I'm a huge wrestling fan. Huge wrestling fan. I think it's, if you wrestled at any level, you have a hand up in most amateur mixed martial arts
Absolutely.
shows. And so I love to watch it. Right. Most people are there to watch the knockouts from kickboxing and the knees and Muay Thai. And I love that stuff too. Don't get me wrong. But when 2 people are on the ground and you're watching an exchange happen, son.
It's beautiful. it's a work of art. It is literal art.
Yes,
and it just takes so much time and experience. So I've been in jiu-jitsu for about 5 years now. I'm still a white belt, one stripe. My whole thing was defense. My first 3 fights, I'd land a couple shots, get taken to the ground, and just dog walk. So I got with Stephen Hag, and Morristown was like, dude, help me stay on my feet. That's all I wanted to do.
I just need to stay
just
standing, dude.
But knowing jiu-jitsu and understanding, it's just, I love watching it. Like, I love roughing the grappling matches.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's again why I just staying on the action, because I want to let it go. I want the fans to get the most of their money. But at the same time, it's like, if that shot catches, or like when the bell sounds, you usually see me get real close in on the bell. I want every last shot to go. But at the same time, I'm willing to absorb that strike just to make sure nobody's getting knocked out after the buzzer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to make the best show I
Yeah,
can.
you'd be jumping in there for sure. It's fun to watch.
Have you ever been hit?
I actually was going to say, I got kicked last week, or was the last show. I caught a spin kick.
For A&F?
Yeah, right there. Which it wasn't a big deal. Luckily, like, it caught the bottom of my elbow in there. I was able to weather it, but a bunch of people were like, dang, are you all right? And I'm like, I really didn't even feel it, which was dope, but it could have been bad. Now, Chandler got caught with one of my really good buddies with a right hook stepping in at the end of a second round. He still talks about it. He got it right in the square of the chest. He would have stepped in and he threw a hook. And the guy's like, he's a great little boxer, but he's not got a lot of experience. He just has power. And so he just let one rip.
Yeah.
Chandler ate it.
Dang
it. You good to do the third round? He's like, I got it.
I got it, buddy. You go sit down. So how long have you been doing the reffing? How long has it been since you stepped in and did your first?
That's a good question. I would say at least, God, has it been 6 years? It was at least a couple years before I got my wife. Because I actually, as far as I'm concerned, I'm one of the first referees, at least in the state of Tennessee. You had to be a professional. You had to have 3 pro fights to be a referee. But I guess I had reached out to some guys in Johnson City. I wanted to ref and talk to Chandler and Jimmy Neely. Jimmy he likes me as a ref. Jimmy's great. But I step in and take these fights, and I'm cool with fighters. And he's like, dude, I want Dana to take you on so bad, but then you're on Facebook, you're friends with these guys, they tag you and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's cool, because I really don't have time. Like, yeah, it'd be dope to go to the UFC, but at the same time, those guys are reffing 1 to 2 fights. I'm sure the payout's great, and it's awesome. And yes, that would be an experience, but it's also not something that I'm chasing for right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now I'm just trying to build and establish what I've got going on at home. Now, Eric Turner made a comment to, I guess somebody was complaining about a judge or a referee at the UFC event yesterday, allowed an up kick. And Eric had tagged somebody in it about he needed to check me out because I was one of the only referees that because I've taken points from his team where he used to train with me and help me a lot. I don't like roughing KMA's guys because there's always leaves room for controversy. Yeah. Because I've trained with so many of these guys. But then at the same time, they're the only ones they want reffing me. But most people would think it's because we've trained together.
Or whatever,
I've taken more points from those guys than I have anybody, and I hate it. And none of them have ever been intentional. But that's what people don't understand in the fights, and they get so upset when you take a point. Listen, if there's an offsides on football, there's no warning.
Yeah.
If there's a foul, there's consequences.
Yeah.
So if a knee or a kick hits the head, it's an accident, but he still has to go through that. So it's 5 minutes, and I have to take a point. I took a point from Dre Miley against Cody Durden in Knoxville, Dre's hometown. Dude, I almost quit reffing that night. That was a hard decision. And then Dre lost. And a bunch of my teammates were upset and they just didn't understand. Yeah. I had to take the point. And so it kind of smoothed over, but I guess he tagged that guy in it. And I don't know, I'm kind of hoping, I guess, which Eric sent multiple guys to UFC. So with that guy posting it, I think that dude might have something to do with. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm gonna hire
you never know, bro.
It'd be nice to do it at least once.
Yeah, that'd be lit.
That'd
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be real cool.
You're definitely exciting. So if they watch any of the,
I hope so.
The fights that you ref, you can see how you get into it.
So a lot of people, I guess, where I'm vocal and I try to hype the crowd up, and I talk and I try to try to make it a show and just entertain as much as I can without being like, oh hey, I'm here, let me steal the show.
Right, yeah.
I guess that's Jimmy. The higher ups don't like that either. He goes, that's not, you gotta just, when you're in there, it's all business. And I'm like, I get it. When the round's going, it's business. But like, same time, hype the crowd up. Like, I like pumping them up.
I like the hype.
Yeah,
When the crowd's
I love
hype,
it.
the fighters, it puts more pressure on them.
Yeah,
And,
sure enough.
and regardless, any man that gets in that cage, mad respect. But there's some people in there that don't need to be in there. Let's just flat say it. Some guys don't train properly. They don't. They just want the name, but you put a coward in the corner and they're gonna come out swinging. So it's one of those two. Build the hype up. They're gonna. And I watched the kid get pulled out of a Tommy Waller or. Tom, I'm so sorry because I know you're going to see this and I love you and I forgot your last name. But Tommy, he's from KMA. That kid was in a Dairy Queen drive-thru. And Tim Loy had come through and he said, I wanted to fight. And he goes, I just had a guy pull out 2 days. That kid comes in, steps in, fights, and knocks the guy out in like 30 seconds. Comes in, fights another dude who has some decent name, and then chokes him out in a minute and a half. Dang. The kid started off like 3-0. Pulled straight out of a fast food restaurant, never trained a day in his life. And now he's great. He would smash me. Like, that's why he's going to be pissed. I forgot his last name.
That's insane.
Tommy, he was up at the event last time. He didn't fight, but he showed up midway through because I remember seeing him.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I love you, Tommy.
Yeah. So I know, like, when you get to these shows and stuff, you most of the time you're gonna know who most of these fighters are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna know them,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's we're human beings, so the one that you're gonna be like kind of rooting for them just a little bit, but you still have to be a referee. And I was going to ask you, like, do you just compartmentalize
not at all.
the difference between, like, okay, this is my job right here,
Oh, yeah.
and this
Absolutely.
is
So yes, but it's very hard. It's not like I just put the stuff away. It's tough. I've been in situations where like I have had to watch people that I truly love get smashed and lose a fight, and it's hard. But at the same time,
it's like
I
the
love
hardest
that
thing in
I'm
the world, ain't
opportunity-
it?
I love that I get to be the one in there too to make sure, and that's why like. Like I said, my gym that I've trained with, I've taken more points from them. It's people don't understand that. I see it as when you're in there, I expect higher of you because you know what I mean. You know how to do this. There is no
I've
BS.
trained
You
with
don't
you.
grab
I've
the
seen you.
cage.
I know
Exactly.
you know better. I know you.
But there are some people who are like, they see it the other way, and I completely understand where it comes from. But it also, I hate to referee people that I know now. My uncle, I was forced to referee my uncle's fight. And my uncle got a kid down that he shouldn't have even been there, and the kid shelled up, and Tay landed 3 shots straight down. Yes, they hit like down toward in the general area, but the kid covered up. Everything was covered, so I pulled Tay off of him. The kid was done, stopped the fight. Well, that fight got overturned about a month later because I was his uncle. So that's why I don't like refereeing KMAs, guys.
Yeah.
I love refereeing. I want to ref every single fight, period.
Yeah.
I just know that like the biggest thing that I kind of changed, I don't know that any refs are doing it, but I dug in and found out that it was something I had the power to do. And I hate to say like power, but grabbing the cage, that's my biggest pet peeve. It pisses me off. I lost a fight one time. I was wearing a kid down, and I even had him on the ground and then stood up and let him get back up, and then he shot again, and I stuffed him. I went to pick him up and dumped him. He grabbed the cage, and when I pulled back, he fell right on top of me and ground and pounded me out and beat me. And
shit.
it really bugged me. Not even gonna say who that referee was because I
don't
love
have
him
to,
to death.
yeah.
But so when you grab the cage, I've seen fighters who really, really good at standing up, and then you got a wrestler working his ass off, and then he gets the takedown. But the fighter used to be you grab the cage, the referee stands it up. So if I grab the cage and then the ref bam stands it up, now the wrestler has to work his ass off again to get you back to the ground.
Yeah.
So now, if you grab the cage to prevent a takedown, I give top position. I don't give full mount or like half guard, but guard, side control. I don't really like side control. I try to do guard as much as I can.
Yeah.
Sorry. But or if you're on top and they buck up and you use the cage to step, I'm going to stand it back up. So I've been able to, we can kind of help these guys out in certain situations.
And you get to make a judgmental call on that.
And it's kind of what I like.
That's good,
I get to make the calls.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times where like this standing up, but there's refs that stand these guys up way too soon, and it really, sometimes the fight's going to get a little boring. But these guys, the ones that get a little more boring are the ones you really want to see because you watch it unfold, like you said, when you understand.
Yeah.
Like when you're getting go plotted, you can't just snap those things up there. No, you got to set those things up right.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few of them. And there's a few other chokes too that I'm not, like I said, not too knowledgeable to know the names, but I've seen some crazy stuff happen right before it gets quiet.
Yeah.
And so I let the fights go, and that's why I try to be more vocal. Like, hey, I need you to use your position, or I'm gonna stand it up.
I need you to work. Yeah, whatever work. Yeah. So we never did get into really how you got started reffing.
Yeah. See that unmedicated ADHD.
Yeah. It is what it is, bro.
Well,
we all experience it.
I think I just wanted to. I don't. At
Oh,
the time,
really?
I'd kind of taken a break off, and I'd asked Chandler. I'd asked a few people, and then one night they had one short, so Chandler asked me to shadow, and I was just supposed to be watching, and then something happened, and they gave me a chance to referee it, and it just went smooth. It just went well. No, that's what it was. So then the second night, everything went well. They let me ref one more. It was cool, but they were just like amateur kid, but they liked the way I moved. The first night I refereed, this is what really set me up. There were these two kids. They were 18. Amun Cosme. I don't know if you know him. This kid's electrifying. He's great. He's a little bantamweight. It was his first kickboxing fight. Both these kids' first kickboxing fight, and they were young. They had headgear, shin guards, but the technique in the fight just took me away right off the rip. Mm-hmm. Well, at one point, they ducked under and headbutted, and Amun got a cut right through the middle of his eye. Now, supposed to stop it. Jimmy would even come to me and goes, that cut, I probably would have stopped that. Well, just to look in his eyes, obviously I stopped it to look.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, you're a dog. Like, and hopefully he still remembers me saying it, but I was like, look, y'all get at it. And they fought. That was first round. They went 3 rounds, one fight of the night, and Amun actually won the fight. So it's like somebody would have stopped that fight. I kept it going. It was a fight. There were 2 fights later. It was an MMA fight. And this dude threw a 1, 2, 3 and opened this kid up nasty right up on his eye. So
This is your first night of
This is
reffing?
my first night refereeing.
God bless, bro.
And so then there's another
crazy,
cut
dude.
that opens. And I see the blood getting close, and I know if blood gets in his eye, I have to stop this fight. And it's starting to leak, and he's trying to stay up. Well, he gets hit again. And as I'm about to step in and stop it, he just grabs the guy and pulls guard. And so now he's on his back, and he eats a couple more shots, and the blood's getting closer and closer. He locks this kid up, swings up, gets a triangle, locks him in, and guy taps for a triangle. So it was 2 fights almost back to back. I should have stopped. And I let him go, and the guy that would have lost won.
Yeah.
And so then it was like big for them. They're like, look, those were really great calls.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, I took off from there, and I just loved doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So that's how you got started.
Yeah, just like that. And then I ref for quite a while. It helped my footwork a lot, though. So I took my pro fights afterwards.
Yeah.
Which,
It helped my footwork.
it did so much. Yeah.
Because you have to move.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
There's no.
And it's like the heavyweights, not so much, but them younger. I love
Oh,
Muay
yeah,
Thai
them
and kickboxing.
125ers and
Dude,
135ers.
Well, you seen them even, what was
I know,
the
dude,
co-main?
they're all over the cage, bro.
And then the main event too, which that was another one. And like, I love the kid in so much respect from the other kid. Like, I guess I would say the Thai kid, because you can tell they've been to Thailand. Those are some. That was probably the best Muay Thai fight I'd ever been a part of.
Oh yeah.
And I'm screaming and stuff too. He rattles him like, again, where you're asking if I can. No, I'm like, dude, what a good shot. But he's also leaving open. He got hit a couple times where it looked like, okay, he might be a little rattled, but he stayed in the pocket. And so inside I'm screaming like, bro, just survive. Like, this is such a great fight, but you need to win this. And that's, again, and then the knee to the head too. That sucked because, like, I hated stepping on that, but I was also worried. And, like, it's when people I care about, and they're like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, you just ate a big shot. Like, give yourself the 5 minutes, but I can't give any. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got
Can't say
5
nothing.
minutes. That's all you can say. You got 5 minutes.
I can't help. I'll never forget. I didn't even know this kid. This was in Nashville. There's a kid who's in a rear naked choke. And it was on the chin, and the kid's pulling like this. He's got like 20 seconds left in the round, and I'm just screaming, like, just push up. Oh my God, all you got to do is push up. And he just keeps pulling, and he pulled the choke right down in on him. Just slashed the choke up. And I'm just like, you did it to yourself. Like,
Yeah.
and that's, again, it frustrates me when you get, I had a guy in there one time, it was a setup fight. The guy was, he goes, I'm going to get hit a couple times, and I'm just going to take a dive. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm sorry. Like, I just stopped the fight. Like, no, because if that's your whole setup and he comes out and throws a head kick and knocks you unconscious, and I didn't know nothing about that. I called the fight right then and there. That pissed some people off. But
you just called it.
no, yeah. No, you're not going to tell me I'm in here taking a dive. No, you're not. This is real. You don't play fight. Like, no. And it's also, if you're going to send somebody in to do that, dude, no, if you get a free shot on somebody, you're going to take his head off. There's no way you don't.
Yeah.
Or you don't, you know what I mean?
Or
You're
you
not
don't
taking
fight.
it. I called that one. I had to stop that. And there was some very unhappy people.
Yeah, I bet.
Said I'm an asshole, but.
Because I mean, I think that's the right thing to do, really.
Yeah.
Somebody saying that to you, you can't.
That's crazy.
I blew my mind. I even asked Chandler, so what do I do in that situation? He goes, exactly what you did.
You qualified, bro. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
So I've made a lot of good decisions.
You can't tell the ref that.
That's where I was like, wow, you know what I mean? And like, I've seen some fights where it's like, it looks like that's what went down.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was just like, what do I even do? I don't know what to do with my hands right now.
I called the fight. I'm calling it. I don't know what to do from here, but I'm calling the fight, bro.
Got a particular style that you like to ref?
Yes, Muay Thai. I'm not even gonna lie, I hate MMA.
Really?
I hate reffing MMA. It's just the biggest thing, shots to the back of the head.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing to call.
Yeah.
It's just so dangerous, too. When you see, there's a couple videos out there of guys who, the only real serious injuries that have ever happened in this sport are shots to the back of the head.
Yeah.
Given like Anderson Silva's broken leg, you know what I mean? Like, there's been some breaks, but shots to the back of the head are real dangerous. And it's so hard to call. In boxing, listen, if you're getting hit in the back of the head, then, you need to stop face forward. I just like it. It's more active. Like I said, it's two people throwing kicks, knees, and elbows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just pure brute. You know what I mean? Boxing, I ref my first boxing event last year. I don't know that I like that either. Those boys are fast. It's like, I got over a couple of heavyweights, and I was just like, God, like, I stayed back on that one. I was like, no, man, like, these guys. So
there's a dude that fights at A&F called, his name is Larry Stewart. Mm-hmm. He's a black dude he's really more boxing than he is anything else, but he does Muay Thai. He does all kinds of different fighting. Yeah. But he is a boxer at heart and trains boxing mostly, Yeah, and dude, you can just see a difference, bro.
Fast.
Yeah. Oh, and
his hands are so much faster. His hands are so much lighter, it seems like, or something. I don't know. And even Stephen Crow, at 45 years old, he's mostly a boxer. And dude, watching his hands go, it's just so much faster.
Yeah, I've got a buddy, Dustin Long. I don't know if you know Dustin.
No.
Oh, so he's from Johnson City. He has his own promotion and stuff. But dude, Dustin, so when I first met him was way back in the day, he was doing MMA. I guess he'd always grew up kind of boxing and stuff. And so he went up, he got a short notice boxing fight against Marcellus Wilder at the MGM Grand.
Yeah,
dude. Took the fight, and now Dustin's tall. He's like 6'6", 6'7", maybe. He's a big dude. He towers over the cage when he fights. Yeah. But anyway, and dude, in the video too, like he just throws. He was getting. I wouldn't really want to say outboxed, but it's Marcellus Wilder. It's Deontay Wilder's little brother, I believe, or cousin. And so he's landing more strikes. Well, Dustin just throws a little separation hook, like an MMA hook, catches him. And clips him, knocks him out cold, dude, and wins on the MGM Grand. So then Dustin gets a little bit back more into like boxing and stuff. And he's been wanting. I love Dustin's shows because he's a lot like Billy. Him and Billy's are the main ones I ref. But Dustin, again, is a fighter. He puts together good fights. Like he takes care of his fighters and stuff like that, just like Billy does. The only difference is Dustin does some pros, but he brings people out from a lot farther away.
Yeah.
But like Dustin, he's like, dude, I make you 3-0 as a boxer. See, 3-0, you're worth 10 grand in Vegas. It's boxing buddy. It's 10 grand. I'm like, dude, I get that. But there's an ass whooping waiting for me in Vegas. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna take one over there.
And not to be greedy, you know, government takes the hell out of it, but I can make 10 grand in a month if I do my job right. You know what I mean? I might see 6 of it after taxes. But I'm like, I'm good on that. Because he said, you know, boxing is the old man sport. And so I go up there and I try to train with them. And they're just, how do y'all get that fast? Like, dude, I can't fathom it. And I do the workouts and like, I feel like I got to quit hands. And then I go to a boxing gym and I'm just like, I'm gonna sit over here and watch.
I just realized how slow I am, bro.
Dude, it's terrible.
It's crazy though.
Well, it's just because that's all they work on. Yeah. Footwork and hands, really.
Footwork and hands, footwork and hands, footwork and hands. If you do that for 5 years,
it's crazy. And even the jumping rope, they jump rope so dang fast.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, I like jumping rope. Like, that's one thing
that you do.
That Garrett got us in. But no, dude, it's like I said, boxing's a crazy sport.
Yeah,
it's fast.
The boxers are so fast.
Yeah, I like watching it.
The difference is in MMA, if you're just a boxer, you're gonna get dog walked.
Absolutely. Well, that's me. Like, I had a little bit of Taekwondo background when I started, and just dog walk, taking to the ground. You know, I'm like, hey, hold this, and they're like, hey, come here.
Come in closer to me, buddy.
It was terrible. It was, dude, and like the worst. I took one fight. The worst beating I took, as far as before I started winning, I guess, was his name was Eli John Kane, dude. Rest in peace. He passed away a couple years ago. It was a short notice fight. They told me this dude is 155. Dude, there ain't no way. Looked like dude farted with a cork in his ass. And I mean, I'm telling you, just a shit brick house. Dude, you gotta see the video too. He has the Philippines tattoo that John Jones does. He looked like a miniature John Jones. And when I say miniature, like miniature Wheaties, he was little. Dude, he was short. I towered over him. But just solid.
Jacked.
And they told me he's a white belt in jiu-jitsu. And I'm like, well, he's just a man. And so we come out and I throw an inside leg kick and an outside leg kick, and he's kind of backing up. I'm like, oh, he doesn't want this fight.
He don't like that.
And so my dumb ass thinking he's a white belt in jiu-jitsu, and I have no ground game. I should have just snapped an up kick and I'd have caught him straight in the face because he hunkered over. I grab for a guillotine and pull. Don't even get guard. So then this guy starts wiggling his way out. And just, I mean, dude, there's one point he pinned my hand behind my back and he was just ripped 4 or 5 body shots. I still managed to get up.
That's the worst. That's got to be the worst feeling.
I was just laying on your own back. Like chicken wing, just wearing me out. And so then I get up. This is in Sevierville, so closer to my home. He came from, I think, Georgia. And I get up and I'm managing to slip away and he clips me right on the chin again. And so I drop. And then he got on top and was just dropping bombs, and Jason King was my ref. And I was like, Jason, I'm done. Like, he clocked me. I mean, I was out. There was no point in seeing the rest of this because it's just overkill at this point. But I talked to the kid afterwards and I was like, bro, I thought you were like a white belt in jiu-jitsu. He goes, dude, I've never done jiu-jitsu. He goes, I wrestled in high school for 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. He goes, dude, or his coach goes, you won state. And I'm like, listen, when you're state
for
champ,
2 years and you won state. You gotta watch out for those guys, bro.
I wrestled in high school, you're a state champion. So that's what the scene was like when I was just a bait. Like, throw me in there because I'd fight him. I'd put on a fight. And so I started off just like I said, I just wanted to put a show on for the fans.
So do you have a favorite fight that you've refereed? That's comes to mind.
Honestly, I would like to. Is
there the most exciting fight that you've?
So there's a lot that comes to mind, but again, where I've done so many shows, I really got to throw the what was it? Not the co-main event, the fight before, the 2 Thai fights and the end of Billy's shows last night. Like, dude, they were incredible. They were 2. It was great action, constant moving. Like I said, that would definitely be up there in like my top 5. I can't even think of one right now that would rank over either of those 2. Honestly, they were just
Connor and Connor.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
the fights were insanely high speed, high tempo, technical, throwing, and then the defense too. They didn't just leave their hands down and throw. They were
technical
great
with
fights.
it. Yeah.
And honestly, I think any two guys other that team, I got to give a lot of respect to that team because you can tell those boys eat, sleep, and
they're training.
Yeah, dude, they're just that's all they're doing. But no, that was exciting. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, there's some good fights that I've refereed. I'm the worst with names too, so that also doesn't help anything.
Yeah, well, so to be fair, I'm terrible with names.
Oh yeah.
And what gyms people come from, that's why Trey's here, bro. He is killer at that stuff.
Yeah.
He can remember most people's names, where they train at, who their coaches are. I'm like, bro, I don't know how you're doing all this.
So at work, I work in sales. So I'll take an entire credit application. I'll get your social, your address, how long you've been there, your job, how long you've been there, and then go tell my manager, hey, pull this app for me. He's like, what's the name? And I'm like, damn, I got to keep your driver's license on me. I'm that bad. But I'm great with face. There are people in this world that I would absolutely break laws and like throw down for, and I don't even know your name.
Yeah.
My wife used to
But if I see your face and you're in trouble,
because
I got your
me
back.
and my wife got married, and it was right before we got married is when I just went pro, and I was living in Knoxville. I was working security at the Joe and waiting tables at Texas Roadhouse, like just always at the busiest spots, and then training and reffing. So we used to go out to Knoxville and hang out like on weekends and stuff when we were living together, and I would introduce her to the same people like 5-6 weeks in a row. Like, you could tell like feelings are hurting. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I just can't remember your name. Like, I introduced her to everybody. She's like, I've already met that guy. I'm like, I know, but I can't remember their name. And if I introduce, you'd be surprised how many people pretend that they've never met somebody just to not like throw off the situation.
Yeah,
because I got her name multiple times before I realized, like, damn, this has happened a couple weeks in a row.
Yeah. Especially when you get into this sport, because there's so many different people, bro.
So many.
And it's like a fast revolving door too.
Yeah, it's a fast, quick door moving around, and you got to jump in and try to remember people's names, and
it's terrible.
It's rough. It's rough.
It is.
It's so hard. But Trey's killer at it. So.
It's so bad.
He really is. He's like a genius or something.
I
dude.
can't remember names. I can't remember names of kids that I've trained with for months. Is how bad it is. It's I'm
a little bit better than that, but
no, I'm terrible. It's the excess. Yeah,
we haven't ran into any fighters that are just dicks though.
There's a couple.
I'm sure there
that's
are.
what I love
but
too.
That's people in general. But with the population of fighters that we've had on, you would have thought we would have ran into one by now.
Yeah,
and it's really just been like really chill people. Like some of these guys are asking me to go fishing with them and stuff. You know, you're like, bro, yes, I'll go fishing with you.
Dude,
you know,
we absolutely need to go golfing, but we can meet in like Knoxville or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, West
I'm about to stay the night up here because I'm gonna be.
If we go golfing,
yeah. So I just started golfing like a year and a half ago. Dude, it's so hard. It
is hard, bro.
I've golfed 9 holes like 3 times in my whole entire life.
Yeah.
And other than that, I went to the driving range once or twice. Yeah. So
we all have a good time.
I used to go to the driving range. There used to be a 24/7 driving range when I was in high school in Illinois. You went by and you put $3 in, you got a bucket of balls, and it was just open.
What?
I used to go out there and bottle and everything.
I guarantee you that'd be fun.
Out. Dude, it was like a block away from where I lived.
We should open that, dude.
Yeah, but it'll be vandalized.
So dope.
For sure.
Not really. They only had 2 machine balls. You got to think this is 30 minutes outside Chicago. Nobody's messing. What are they going to steal the golf balls for? What? Just a machine of golf balls is all you need. And there was there was one big kind of building type thing opening, but
yeah. Problem is you got to buy that land that costs $300,000.
Now there's a guy out there in Dandridge who actually just opened up. It's just on land. He's got a couple little buildings. Like one thing's nice where there's TVs and everything up in it. But he's got an ice machine that pops out the balls. And I guess from the people and the locals, he started that business up. I don't know how much it cost him. He just had the land. But all you do is hit him right up his field on his land. And he picks him up. And they said he's almost a millionaire now. And he's had it over for 3 years. People pay money to golf. He charges $15 a bucket of balls. I thought about getting one for $8 a bucket. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You make the money up so quick because you're just retrieving your own. I got kids. They'll go get the balls. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even need the machine at first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all get out there and get them balls.
Word of the day, slave.
Yeah, dude.
We only have so many balls, so y'all gotta hurry. Dodge the other balls that you're hitting. This is practicing. Help practice your footwork.
Yeah.
Get out there.
You gotta dodge these damn balls.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
It would be
You can
funny.
dodge the ball, you can dodge the punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although that's not true. I played baseball growing up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so baseball was my sport, and I always felt like, bro, if I can. Whenever I was 14 years old, I could throw a baseball 85 miles an hour.
See, that's crazy.
I was already like,
Yeah.
I was chucking a baseball, dude.
Yeah.
And I was 14 years old, and I thought, man, I could throw a punch.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's
Turns
the closest
out-
mechanics to fighting as far as a baseball. When
Yeah.
you're throwing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know coaches translated a lot to throwing a baseball to as far as throwing a punch, but baseball is actually the first broken bone I ever got. I caught a 60-mile-an-hour fastball dead to the face. Playing catch. Well, and I just know it was 60 because like that was the toughest at the time, the highest he had got that we had recorded as far as throwing is my buddy Matt. He was the pitcher, but we were out back just throwing a baseball. It was getting dark. When I tell it now, I'm like, we were some fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, it's
I'm sitting here
getting
talking
dark.
to this girl, and all of a sudden I hear him scream, "Chris!" And I look over and just bam, straight.
it.
Dude, I dropped, started crying, couldn't even hold it in for this little girl.
No, yeah.
Could cry, port full of blood, shattered it, split it right down the middle.
Dang it,
Yeah.
dude.
Took a break from
Fastest
that for a
anybody's
while.
ever thrown at me is him. I was probably 16. And you come up there to the campground and we was throwing baseball and I was scared, boy. He was throwing that shit hard as hell.
I was probably already out of my prime by then.
Nah,
If
I
you're
don't-
16, I was
yeah,
24
whatever.
years old. I was
That
been
shit
married
was still
the first
fast
time.
though, bro. Might have been younger than that, but
My arm hurt by then.
I know
So,
I was nervous
I
about it.
thought I was really good at baseball because I played all through like my young years until middle school. So like I said, my mom was married 5 times. So this was, I think, my second stepdad. He was in Iowa. We moved to Tennessee. So I had to go back with him for like 3 years when my mom first moved out here. But I left right before tryouts here, and I got down there right after tryouts down there. So I didn't get to play for like 3-4 years. So when I get to high school, I'm going to try out for the freshman team. Dude, I mean, I fielded all my balls, but when it come to throwing from third to first, it bounced. I was like, this is terrible because I had no dad to throw with me. I hadn't really touched a baseball in a couple
You said
years.
it bounced.
It bounced. I couldn't even get it from third to first
Yeah.
as a freshman in high school. And then went to the batting cages, laid down a couple bunts, foul tipped a couple. I was just like, yeah. It's like, I'll hang my glove up at this point.
Yeah.
I want my kids to play. We got 3 softball fields in like a block radius.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
None of them like it. It kills me.
If you don't like it, then you're not going to be very good at it. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Now my wife's, she's like, I swear if you get me on travel baseball, she goes, I'm over. I'm
done.
She goes, I will kill you.
Yeah, we did that for a couple of years, bro. It's with our
It's
kids.
a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
I got my kids in jiu-jitsu, gymnastics,
See, that's dope.
and cheerleading. And like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, this is about too damn much
a lot,
shit.
yeah. I want to do jiu-jitsu so bad, but it's there's just no. Stephen Hag just opened his kids class, but they're already full. Now I take Jackson to Claudia up there at my gym, just for some like boxing lessons and stuff. Now we'll get this out. Like, so his donor is like 6'7". My son's he's getting close. So when my coach asked me, we kickboxing, we doing jiu-jitsu. I was like, we'll just focus on kickboxing for right now. I don't need him being 16 years old and taking me to the ground. Like, you land a shot on me, I'm going to take you down, dog walk you, boy. I got to keep an edge on him, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's big as hell.
I don't need him being 16.
Yeah, I know.
Taking me to the ground.
Yeah, I told him we'll just focus on striking. I can take a punch.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
taking my back.
Yeah.
In front of my wife, that'd be terrible.
So I've got 2 stepchildren, and 3 of the kids are mine.
Yeah.
And my stepson is like what you're talking about. He's taller than you. He's 6'3".
Yeah.
My stepson is, and he's he skipped school one time, and I went and busted him. I went and picked him up he was at the skate park skating.
Okay.
And I brought him home. Well, I actually took him back to the school. I said, hey, I caught him skipping school. So he was going to get the punishment at school
And then
at home. So whenever I brought him home, I was going to give him a whipping. And he was 16, 15, 16. He's already 6'3", you know. He's the size he is now, which is way bigger than me. Huge. He's a huge kid, dude. He's like 260 pounds or 240.
Oh, wow.
And I hit him with that belt, dude. And he went up on his tiptoes. And he got so tall, dude, that I was like, God dang it. I said, oh, no, whip him up here. I was like,
That's terrible.
It's the funniest whipping I've ever given any of my kids, dude.
Did you hold it together while you were?
Yeah, I did. I held it together while I was doing it, but as soon as I walked away from him, dude,
That's funny.
Yeah.
I told Ashley, I was like, bro, that was the funniest whipping I've ever given a kid in my whole life.
Yeah, see, so I didn't. My mom was one who did. Like, I remember freshman year, I went out to visit grandparents in California and came back, and I was taller than my mom. And so from any time after that, if my mom would make me sit down just to give me my lectures. She wasn't going to look up at me.
Yeah.
And that's just, so it was like, come in here and sit down right now. And I knew.
Yeah.
So, what do I do now? You know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
then she knew she could catch me. She could catch me when I'm sitting down because if I'm not standing up, I can't.
Yeah, you
So
can't
she knew
move.
she got her licks in too because I'm
Yeah.
already, So it's just one of those sit down and take it like mom and dear style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I had brothers that were 10 and 12 years younger than me. So like when you're the oldest, you get in trouble for everything. And
Yeah.
then see my brothers get in trouble for the same stuff, and I'm grown. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see this. And she's like, go to your room. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
What the heck?
No,
Yeah,
I'm like, come back in here. Like,
So
you almost killed me.
Yeah,
Like,
I got
3
three
years
kids that are older, and they're grown and gone, dude. They got jobs and houses and all that stuff, so they're out of the house and moved out. And they come over and see me with my two younger kids now, and they're like, "You're getting soft, dude." They tell me that every time they see me. They're like, "You're getting so soft, dude. You're like freaking Play-Doh right now." I'm like, dude.
Just learned how to behave from watching them.
Yeah.
My younger ones don't do all the stupid crap that y'all did. My
Yeah.
three older ones were into everything, dude.
Yeah, so no, I feel like no, my kids are definitely my wife. So this is what sucks. I work so much, you know what I mean. I
Yeah.
work 60 hours a week, and then like they got refereeing and so my wife holds it down so much. There's nothing. She knows that I like to work, and I don't like to, but
Yeah.
I want to give my kids what I didn't have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm getting to that point to where it's now you can't just hand it to them. We got to teach them. And so they hate it because there's a lesson that comes with everything. But look, if I'm going to do anything, I'll beat you guys, which sucks because for my youngest, I'm sorry. She toted a couple ass whoopings because we didn't play
I
that
know.
stuff. But my wife's proved me wrong on so many different times now.
I
Like,
know.
listen, you don't. And my wife is she's the best parent, mom, period. She holds it down. She gets these kids listen to her. If they don't, like I speak up. But now it's getting to the point I'm up, except for my son, I'm just soft. Them girls think they got me wrapped around their finger. I just stay out of it because I know I'm going to hear from you and mama. So
Yeah,
just let
bro.
mama in.
It gets rough, don't it? Yeah, it gets tough right
But
there,
unfortunately,
bro.
like my son, I'm on his case quite a bit. And
Yeah.
I hate it, but he's also at the, like he's getting in trouble. He's got in school twice last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the second time was teacher took his phone, and so she's got a little doorbell on her door, and he took it. And so this is what's crazy. Coach Woods, I guess Principal Mr. Woods now, but he was my football coach. So when I moved down here, we moved from up north. So my mom didn't do all the paddling. She'd call me, I'll come up there and beat his ass, but you ain't going to touch him.
Yeah.
So there was my mom put me on the no paddle list till Coach Woods gave her a call one day. No, she gave him permission. And by God, but he wore me out a couple times. But now I get phone calls from this same man, and he calls me about this phone, and he's like, yeah, he took it from the teacher. He's talking to my wife. And Jackson's like, come on, coach, you just got to admit. I mean, it's the doorbell. It's kind of funny. Like, I gave it back, and he goes, you got it. He's right. It is kind of funny. What are you talking about, bro? You physically put hands on me as a kid. And he's like,
That is
oh, from now
hilarious.
on, he can just give his phone to me before school starts, and I'll get back to him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like, who's What are you doing?
I know, dude.
It bugs me a little bit.
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't want you to beat my child. Like, I'll lose it.
But
But
you
at the
hit me
same
so
time,
hard,
you
bro.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you such a bitch
I'll
now,
give it
bro?
to you the first. Yeah, like, you bitch, man. He's switched up on me. No,
Yeah.
I will give it to him the first time I got paddled. Well, guess I technically did get paddled by him. We had 2 Chris's in the class, and coach was gone. There was a substitute, Miss Hammer. We didn't mess with her. She was just hateful, dude.
Yeah.
And Chris was acting up all day. Well, she just writes on a little note, Chris was acting up in class all day, but didn't put a last name.
dang.
So next day, Chris is gone. I'm there, and Coach Woods is like, Mr. Bond out in the hallway.
Gosh.
And I'm just like, what for what? And he goes, I got this little note. And I'm like, Coach, no, I'm telling you. He goes, get out in the hallway. I'm not listening to it. So out in the hallway. And I guess all the kids had told him, like, hey, he didn't do anything. Like,
It
I
wasn't
was
him,
class
yeah.
clown, but like today he really didn't do nothing. But he goes, well, I've already got you out in the hallway. So he goes, hold up the bottom of your shoe. I'm like, do what? He goes, put your leg on your leg. And so I go like this and just slap the bottom of my shoe as hard as he could. I go through the entire hallway.
yeah.
He goes, go inside and act like I hurt. He goes, you got a reputation, dope hole. And so then I kind of, but it was a setup. Then I test the waters and then he really wore my ass out a couple different times
Damn
after
it,
that.
bro.
So, yeah, dude.
Dude, I got so many damn whoopings in school, like a lot. Probably hundreds.
Dude.
Really?
No shit, dude.
Yeah.
I got a lot.
I didn't get
I
a bunch.
did. I got them at home.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
My
from-
mom threw stuff like,
Yeah.
dude, whatever I'll never, dude, one of the most embarrassing things I ever dealt with in school, I called my mom a bitch one time.
Oh,
One
hey.
time. Yeah. Dude, and I took off running. And I had a beanie on because as soon as I said it, you know you're done. Like, how did that
Yeah.
even get out there?
Yeah.
You know what I
How
mean?
did I even let that go?
And so she
bro?
grabs a hold of me, but she gets me by like my neck, dude, and she left like 2 deep, like gashes up my neck where she had her nails done and grabbed me.
Yeah.
And she'll still tell you she was grabbing my beanie. I'm like, what was that gonna do? You know, I would have ran right out of
Yeah.
it. Well, the next day I go to school. This is when I was in alternative school. So I also, it sucks too because on that, they thought that I was experimenting with sex. And so they gave me a drug test too, which I failed for marijuana. First drug test I ever failed.
Gah.
Call my mom. She has to drive an hour to this school. They sit her down. They tell her about the drug test. And then they're like, and we think that your son's experimenting with sex. And I'm like, you really want to know how I got these marks right? It was the most awkward meeting ever in school.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
terrible,
like-
dude.
Let me tell you how I got these
Yeah,
right
it
here.
was my mom. Like,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. Let me
Hold on a
explain.
second. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
not anything to do with sex.
Yeah, I
bro.
got beat.
bro.
So Chris thought it'd be a good idea to get a haircut today.
Well, and my guy wasn't available. He's not available on Sundays. And listen, on my way up here, I thought, because I don't want to. The girl that cuts the hair, I know her husband, I guess, and they're probably going to see this. Sorry, they're probably going to see this. So I kind of mistold her. So I told her I wanted to fade, and she said, "Do you want me to blend in the sides over here?" I don't know why. I said no. This is why you don't go get a haircut if you smoke. Because I said no. But the mom, first thing she does is take the clippers sideways down the side of my head. I don't know. Some people might like that hairstyle, but that was, yeah. So I ended up having to shave my head completely. Dude, this is rough. My wife loves it.
Yeah.
She didn't even see it. She saw the back. I said, "Come get the back," and she goes, "Oh, I like it a lot." She goes, "This looks good." So now it looks. I don't know.
That matters
We'll see.
a lot.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, if your wife's like,
But see the growing out process.
Mhm.
That's the thing. I get my haircut every week.
Yeah.
So one, I'm about to save a lot of money if I do keep it this way.
yeah, you won't need to spend a dime
But,
on that.
yeah, I know. But at the same time, dude, I'm already white enough. Like, I just want to get tattoos to cover up my flaky,
Could
pasty
you
self.
imagine if that gets the sun on it?
Dude, oh no.
Yeah.
Holy cow, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, but I do have a bunch of hats that I don't wear anymore just because, like, I always have my hair. I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
I wear hats all the time too.
Yeah,
and
I
I have a
used
little
to,
bit of
and I
hair.
don't wear them anymore.
A little bit. So you went and got your hair cut today, and then,
Sports clips. Yeah.
you
They did my son's hair great. He walks out looking like a stud.
Yeah.
And here I am, like, dude, put on my. And then he's laughing at me. He goes, bro. And he's 12, so he's like, you're cooked. And I'm just like,
Yeah, that
bro, you're
sounds
about
exactly
to walk
like
home.
him, dude.
Like,
You're
walk
fixing to
home.
walk home, dude.
Yeah. And he calls me cue ball. And I'm like, dude,
Cue ball.
like, go to your room before you don't have one anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You're fixing to not have a room, dude.
Yeah.
So at the end of these podcasts, we always give everybody that's sitting in this chair a chance to give shout outs to anybody that they'd like to give a shout out to. If you have anybody like that you'd like to shout out, look at that camera and shout them out. If you don't, then
oh my gosh,
we'll take that all out.
No, sorry. There's too many to shout out. One, I want to shout out definitely for you guys for having me here. I think this is great what y'all are doing.
Cool,
obviously, Billy's show and everything like that got sent to it because that's, I guess, the reason we fell in with this. Just everybody, if we have a relationship, if I talk to you ever, I probably don't respond in text or anything. I'm the worst. I have 200 unanswered texts right now. But just know if you're out there, I love you. If you ever need anything, I'm here. Definitely shout out to my wife. And then I got to throw it out. If you're in the market for a vehicle, if you're thinking about something, shoot me a message. Tell me what you're looking for. You don't have to travel all the way out to me, but it's only a 2-hour drive. I'll make sure you got a full tank of gas.
Yeah.
But no, I just really appreciate you guys having me on here. And
awesome,
I'll see you guys at the events. Come check out Billy's show. And it's, All or Nothing Fights. It's definitely one of the hypest shows around.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And then at the end of these things, ever since our second or third podcast, we've told everybody that we love them. Yeah. And you don't have to do that, but that's what we do.
No, yeah, absolutely. I do. I love you.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
I love y'all.